Hi guys, another week, another tutorial, and today I'm transforming into the hot girl of the moment, which is Kylie Jenner, and of course it's on a brown skin girl like myself. Of course you want to start with a good base because she is always looking flawless, so you need to hold that with a good base. I'm also doing my brows. I would have liked to have darkened them a little bit more because she has really dark brows, but as for an everyday, I kind of prefer to use brown. This is Fawn by LA Girl and it is the Pro Concealers, and I have never used this shade before, but it's working pretty well for my skin tone. I'm going to be using that to go around my brows as I normally would do, and I also use the same shade to also do my highlight. Next I'm using a foundation by NARS, and this is a Sheer Glow in Tortuga liquid foundation, and honestly it's not my favourite foundation because I feel it's slightly off colour, and the darker shade after this is actually quite too dark, so I have to work with this and use like powder and stuff to kind of correct the colour. Next I'm going to be using Fawn again, which I'm going to be using as my under eye highlight, and of course Kyla loves her highlight like all her sisters do, and her contour, but hers is a little bit more natural I think than the other girls. So I'm just going to be applying that onto my under eye area and contouring my nose as well to make it a little bit more slender and more narrow. So I'm continuing that highlight on the forehead and down the bridge of my nose. So using MAC MSF powder in Dark Deep, I'm just going to be putting that all over because that's how I'm going to be blending the highlight, contour and foundation all together. I also kind of want a little bit more richness to my skin because this foundation makes my skin a bit off color. So I'm going to be using a Studio Fix finish, or powder actually, by MAC just to correct that and give me a little bit more richness. It also leaves a nice flawless finish as Kylie Jenner normally has. For the eyes, I'm going to start with the NYX base, and this is just to prime the eyelid. Now my everyday eyeshadow palette is a neutral palette by BH Cosmetics, and I'm using the darkest brown just to blend out the base that I previously put in. And for the brow bone highlight, I'm just going to be using a tan shade that is in the same palette. And as you can see, I've actually blended a little bit of that dark brown onto the eyelid itself, as this will pretty much be the eyelid colour for now. This is the palette I'm using pretty much for all the eyeshadows, and I'm taking kind of like a really deep bronzy gold colour, and that's going to go directly on top of the brown eyeshadow. Going back with the brown, I'm going to concentrate it into the outer area of my eyelid and blend it inwards towards the crease. Now honestly, it's very rare when you see her wearing like a coal black lip pencil. It's kind of like, it's not a white neither, it's like a cream. So this is the closest to what I had. It's not exactly perfect, but it's okay. I'm just using a cream pencil to go on my waterline rather than a normal black. And just because I feel that it makes my eyes look a bit like I'm not well, I'm using like a dark brown kind of to kind of cancel it out just a bit and make it a little bit more soft. Now just taking a matte black, and she probably wouldn't do this, but as I'm dark skin and I want to kind of build depth to the eye, I've had to add just a little bit of black in the outer area and blend it in towards the crease. I'm also going to swoop that just on my lower lash line also. Now pay great attention to the way I'm applying this eyeliner. I normally apply my wing liner and I go up, but with Kylie's is kind of like a straight line, and that's what I'm exactly doing here. Using a black liquid liner, I'm just going to pretty much do a straight winged effect rather than kind of bringing it upwards. And what this does, it kind of elongates her eye and make it look really, really nice and flirtatious. And then when you put the lashes on, it looks gorgeous. So I'm going to bring up my mascara, and as I always say in every video, my lashes, despite how much I put, how many layers on, they never come out. So I probably might need to get the fiber lashes soon, isn't it? But after my lashes, I'm going to apply some falsies, and these are the 117s by Eyelaw. These are actually stick-on, so they're really easy to use. For my blush, I'm going to be using Raisin by MAC. She uses very subtle blushes as well, very subtle earthy sort of tones, and it's really nice and very simple. And of course I'm going to be contouring the sides of my cheek, and also I'm going to bring it up towards the temple. She probably would use a bronzer, but to me bronzers don't really work on dark skin unless it's kind of like a gold shimmer. This is the key to the entire look, the lips, and this is what she's famous for. So this is Soar by MAC lip liner, and I've had it for years. I love it so much. Kylie also uses it because Kim said it in a video, in an interview, that she uses this liner on its own. So this is the first look with just the lip liner, and it's just a nice matte texture, very subtle, beautiful pink tone. It's gorgeous. So that's the completed look using just a Soar lip liner by MAC, and I love Kylie so much. She's definitely my girl at the moment. I'm roughing up my hair as well because she kind of has this sort of messy sort of hair like how I'm doing right now, and it's kind of like I just woke up like this sort of look. So the next colour I'm going to be using is actually lipstick by MAC called Craven, one of my favourite kind of nude subtle tones. It looks a direct match to Soar liner as it goes, but it's kind of like a creamy amplified texture. Pretty much that's the completed look, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to see all the products I use, perhaps I didn't mention it in the video, be sure to check out my blog, which is on chanelbarton.co.uk. If you recreate the look, definitely tag me on Instagram and stuff, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter, on Facebook. Everything is in the description box, including the hair I'm wearing. It lists some hair. Bye.